Hi everyone, I'm April, and you're watching The Tangled Cat Speaks. This episode is going to be craft related. I am from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, which is just outside of Albuquerque. I am a knitter and a crocheter. I have been getting back into cross stitch lately. I don't have that with me right now, but I will discuss it next time for sure. Let's see. So, what are we doing? The Marina Skua podcast. She does a podcast. She does yarn dyeing, and she also does pattern designs. And a while back, I bought so much of her yarn. She's got yarn called Mendip. She's got it in DK as well as 4-ply. Now what I made here is in her Mendip 4-ply, or what we would call fingering weight here in the United States. She's in England. I don't remember where in England. I know she used to be in Bath, England, but she recently moved house, so I don't know where. But this is what I made. It's a crochet shawl. Oh, it is so pretty. This is the Darjeeling shawl. It's huge. Darjeeling. Love it. Very simple pattern. Well, I guess I shouldn't say simple, because to me crochet is simple. I've been doing it for 30 years. You did have to do a lot of flipping back between pages, because it would say do this row the same as you did, and it would list a previous row somewhere in the pattern. So there's a lot of flipping, but everything is well described. She's got a lot of pictures. She's got two versions in the same in the one PDF. The first part of it is everything line by line pictures until she starts repeating rows. But up close, it shows you everything. And then she's got the second portion, which is just the written out. There is no, I can't remember if there's charting, but I know that she's got everything written out. And it's pretty memorizable for the row that you're on. Once you move to the next row, you do got to kind of look back, because every row is pretty intricate. But once you do the first repeat, you understand how the next repeat goes within that same row. So as far as the yarn, this is Marina Skua's Mendip 4-ply. And in her Mendip, she has not just the two weights, DK and 4-ply. She's got a base called Sunny and a base called Stormy, I believe. And what all that is one is more of a natural colored base, like a cream color, and the other one is more of a gray base, but it's the same color. She does like both versions of, like, let's say this pink. She'll have one on the Sunny base, which is more brighter because it's on the cream. And she'll have the same pink done over the gray base, which will give it a more of a somber tone. Still pink, but toned down. And she does that with all her colors. So I will list off some of these colors. Now this first yellow here, she did a natural dye with onion skin. So that's all it's called. That's all it was on the label, was a natural dye onion. Very vibrant, beautiful color. The second one is one of the Sunny bases. This is called Fox. And then this one here, the pink, is also on the Sunny base. It's kind of hard to see. Sunny base called Rose. Then we're getting to this red, which is like a really pretty brick color. And this is also on the Stormy. No, not also. These were Sunny. This is Stormy. So this was initially a gray base where she did the red over it. So it created this brick kind of red. And this brown is also the Stormy base, the gray base. It's called Beech, Beech. And then this one I don't know whether this was a sunny or a stormy, but it was called Gather. It was a limited edition color, and I don't remember if the label had whether or not it was the gray base or the cream base. This one is O-R-E, and this was a sunny base. And then I did the border in the onion again. So it's super pretty. And this is very wide. It's let's see, I know that my wingspan, yes, I've measured my wingspan, is 63 inches, and this goes about 10 inches on each side. So this is over 80 inches across the top and about 25 down. So it's a nice, warm, large shawl. I usually wear my shawls over my shoulders like this. It kind of goes with the top I'm wearing. And I, because I like to keep my shoulders and my arms warm. It is lightweight enough to wear under a coat as a kerchief style. I don't think I'd wear it like this all day long, but up under a coat, if it's cold outside, you could put it on front ways. And oh, look at the colors, they're so pretty. Now, we all know that I'm not much of a yellow fan, but I like a little bit of yellow, and this goes really well to make all of these other colors kind of pop. Now, Marina Skua is doing, she started it in January, and I think it goes through the end of March. It's a make-along called Out of the Dark. And what that is you use either both or either her designs or her yarn. So it's the Out of the Dark Mal, I believe, M-A-L. And she just likes to do that at the beginning of every year, because January is when she starts to feel like she's done with the doom and gloom of cold, overcast days, and she's longing for spring and bright colors. So that's what prompted me to pull this out. I've had this yarn for a couple of years now. And this went by so fast because, like I said, for me, crochet is, it was the first craft that I learned, and I do it almost without thinking. God, it's so pretty. All of her skeins, all of Marina's skeins are 50 grams. And I had quite a bit left of most of them. I would say I had anywhere from 7 grams to maybe 15 grams of any given of colors. So I, except for one of the colors, I took out the Gather. This is how much I had left of the Gather, which is like this color here, the in between the brown and the orange. It's kind of a rusty color, but I pulled this one out, put it to the side. I'm going to use that for something else another time. But all of the other colors, I divided them as close to half as I could, and I decided to make socks. So now these are all non-superwash yarns, so there's no nylon and there's no treatment to make them machine washable. So these will have to be washed by hand. I know that a lot of people like to add like a nylon thread held along with their non-superwash yarn, like especially for the toes and heels, to give it that extra strength so it doesn't wear through as easily. I didn't do that. What I chose to do is to knit on a tighter gauge, and I hope that this works out. I chose to knit these socks on a tighter gauge. See, I've already got this started. I usually knit my socks for myself on a 1.5 or US 1.5, which I believe is a 2.5 millimeter. These are US zeros, which is a 2.0 millimeter. These are, I didn't have the 9-inch circulars in a zero, so I'm using these double pointed needles. And because I went down on the needle size, I went up on the stitch count. I usually do a 64 stitch count. I'm doing these in 72. And I think I probably could have gone up maybe to a 76 just to give it a little more wiggle room. But they're gonna fit. They do fit. I can get this over my foot, over my heel. But I think I might have liked it with a little more room, but they're going to be good. So I am just now about to get to the heel turn on this sock, and I'm not really, all I'm doing is a 2x2 rib all the way down. I'm doing a slip stitch heel in the heel flap. After I do the heel turn, I'll do your regular gusset, and I think I want to do a star toe when I get there. That way I don't have to Kitchener. I don't mind Kitchener. I can do it without looking up the instructions. Took me a long time to get there, but I can do that now. But I'm not going to do that. I want to do a star toe. I did a star toe on my son's socks, the last ones that I showed. And I really liked how those look, so I want to do a star toe here. It does feel much denser, and I'm hoping that that'll help with the wear and tear over time. Yeah, so we'll see how these turn out. When I was first making these 3 colors just kept making me think of they kept making me think of Starburst candies. I love Starburst candy, especially all of the red colors. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So that's what I'm doing with my leftovers. Let's see. I think I've got the dark brown next, and after that is the rest of it will be yellow. I'm hoping I have enough. If I don't have enough to finish the toe, I still have that one that I set aside just in case, but I think I'll have enough. So that's where we're going on that. I got all my stitch markers over here so that I can know how long, and not so much to tell me how many rows per color, because I'm just kind of, like I said, I eyeballed where the halfway mark of each leftover skein was, and then just put it into 2 balls. So I'm not counting how many rows per color. This is just to tell me how many rows I did in the whole leg. So if they don't come out exact as far as where the color changes are, I'm okay with that. And this, because this is non-superwash, fabulous, 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 I get to do spit splicing. I love not having to tuck in ends and split. Spit splicing is amazing. I love it so much. So that's where I'm at with that. So I've got one finished object and 1 whip. And then I'm going to talk to you about my other work in progress. Now, when I say, oh, I've only got these 2 works in progress, that's not really accurate. It's the ones that I'm actively working on. I also joined another make along with the Passioknit Spinner. In her podcast, she was talking about doing 23 and 23. So she said, go through all of your whips, pull out 23 that you want to finish this year. And I did that, and I still have so many not on that list, but I did pick out 23. Let me see. I don't know where my book is. I have them all written down so that I don't get distracted. I am allowing myself to start a new project, if I feel the desire, but I do want to stick to getting those 23 done this year. And some of them, I picked them because they're almost done, like really, really close to being done. And some of them because I just really, really want them, and we shall see how that works out. So it's the, what does she call it? Hashtag TPKS underscore 23 in 23 is that knit along. And then I can also put this project that I'm about to show you in the Breaking Yarn Adventually Mel. She does a make along at the beginning of the year. McKaylee does a make along to have you try to get through all of the Advent whips that you started and probably didn't finish. And I've got, those are some of the ones that I have on my 23 and 23 list. Some of them are old Advent projects that are almost done but not quite done. And I never got back to them because another Advent happened. I'm trying to figure out how to show you this because of course I'm in the middle of a row and that makes it difficult to show. I don't know who I was watching a while back and they asked, why is it a bad thing to have your project in the middle of a row? And it's not so much because it's a bad thing, it's just it makes it makes it difficult to show you guys what I'm doing if I can't hold it all the way out. But, and also if you don't know where you are in the pattern, if it's not easily intuitive kind of pattern where you can just look and see where you are, then that also makes it a little bit challenging if you stop in the middle of a row and then who knows when you're going to get back to it, and then you come back and you're like, I don't know what I was doing. Other than that, it's fine as long as you are careful to pull your needles all the way down, because you know you're going to grab it at some point or somebody's going to grab it and your needles are going to slip off and then you're going to be crying and police might be called. Not really, but really. So this is the Advent I got from Toad Hollow for 2022. And I love it. I love how it's turning out so much. My lighting is washing out some of these lighter colors, but I am on, I think, 17 or 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, this is color 17. So I've got, I think, another 7 colors left. I've already got them wound up and set aside so that I can add them to this. I love Toad Hollow's colors. You know, this one here, this green, I didn't think I was going to like it when I saw it in the skein. And then when it knit up, it just looks so pretty with all of the blues, because it's got blues and reds and oranges and browns. And when I saw it in the skein, I thought, that's crazy. I don't think I like that. But seeing it knit up, it's just so pretty. Anyway, super, super excited. I kind of wish I had gone through, opened all the colors, and then arranged them, because it seems like there's a lot of yellows and oranges here. And at the end, there's no yellows or oranges at all. It's mostly blues and greens, which is fine. It turns out really pretty. It's still going to be beautiful, but I think I would have liked to balance out the placement a little bit more. But I love it. And whenever people see me working on this one, everybody's like, that's so beautiful. I'm loving it. And it's big. It's going to be a nice, nice lap blanket, but it's light enough that you could wear it as a wrap. It is the Go-Go shawl or Go-Go wrap? Go-Go throw. It's the Go-Go throw by Ambah O'Brien. And she does just such beautiful patterns. And this one is no exception. I love it. The charcoaly gray, almost black color here is by Old Rusted Chair, and I think the last time I said it was called Midnight. It's not called Midnight. It's Into the Storm is what it's called, and it's very slightly tonally charcoal. It's not full on black. My skein looks terrible because I've just been pulling this in and out of my bag, and I don't have, what do they call them, ball sacks? But the little sock sleeve thing to put over your little cakes, or balls. I'm 12. I'm giggling because of the word ball. I'm gonna drink some tea. Ugh. I'm drinking Darjeeling, as a matter of fact. Very milky, very sweet. So that's what I'm actively working on right now. I do have some ideas for other things that I want to work on. Like I said, I've got my 20 in 23 list. So I do have a lot of my whips ready to go, lined up to just start whipping them out. But there's a couple of other things that I really, really want to make that would be new starts. So I'm going to try to be mindful of not just jumping in and starting all of the things, because that's how I ended up with well over 23 whips in the first place. So, but I don't want to deny myself of the thrill of starting a new project, because that's just the bee's knees. So that's really all I got going on. You know what? I think I am going to get... No, I'm not, because it's locked in the other room and I don't want to bother my cat. He's not feeling well. Yeah, so it feels weird because I've split up my book talk and my crafty talk. So now I'm like, I guess I'm done talking. I don't know. So yeah, I will keep you all updated on what I'm doing. I'm trying to do these, do the books every other week and the crafts once a month. And I really do need to get more into my crafting, because I have been kind of not crafting a whole lot because I'm just so into reading books lately. Yeah, it's kind of, one's got to give. But there are so many things. I just sit down and I look at these things and I'm just so happy to have them in my hands and to be working on them. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to balance things. But when you love things so much, there's not enough time. So I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me, and I hope to see you again. Bye.